Hi everyone, today we're going to learn how to balance redox half equations for the redox chapter under SOTA Year 4 Chemistry syllabus. So before we even start, you need to remember this mnemonic, IEOHCC. They stand for Identify Reactant Product Pair, Balance Everything Except O and H, Balance Oxygen, Balance Hydrogen, Balance the charges, and then combine two half equations together. And they must follow this order. So, for example, we have Fe2 plus MnO4 minus to give Fe3 plus and Mn2 plus. First, we got to identify the reactant product pair, and they are circled in red and orange. For Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus, we also can apply the mnemonic to it, IEOHCC. So we have identified the reactant product pair and balanced everything else that is not O and H. In this case, it is Fe. There's only one Fe on both sides of the equation. There's no oxygen here. There's no hydrogen to balance, so we can skip that. Then the last part to do is to balance the charge. So there's 2 plus charge on one side and a 3 plus charge on the other. For Fe2 plus to become Fe3 plus, it has to lose electron. Usually you write like this, right? But then in chemistry, if you write a minus E minus in the half equation, we have to do a little change. You got to change it to this manner so that the minus E minus is brought to the other side. How do we show that the charge is balanced? So on the reactant side, the charge is +2. And then on the product side, it is 3 plus -1 because of electrons negative charge. Total is +2. So we have balanced the charge here as well. So let's go on to the MnO4 minus to Mn2 plus half equation. So in this case, we also already identified the reactant product pair. And if you can see, Mn, there's only one Mn atom here and one Mn here. So it's also balanced. Everything except O and H is balanced. Now, we got to balance the oxygen. We balance oxygen by adding H2O to the opposite side of where the oxygen is located. So hear me out. Where there is 4 oxygen at MnO4, you need to add 4 oxygen to the other side, right? So we add it by adding 4 H2O. So now the number of oxygen is balanced on both sides of the equations. Then after that, you have to balance the hydrogen. To do that, we add H plus to the opposite side. So in this case, there's actually 8 hydrogen atoms here. To balance this, we have to add 8 H plus to the other side. The last part, again, we have to balance the charges. Now we add electrons. One fun tip is that where you add H plus is usually where you add the electrons as well. So for example, let's check the total charge on the reactant side. Here we have 1 negative charge on MnO4 minus, as well as 8 positive charge on AH plus. Add up together, the total charge is +7 on the reactant side. On the product side is 2 plus, and H2O is actually no charge. There's no charge on the compound here, right? So you add up together, it's just +2. So from +7 to +2, you have to add electrons to make them balance. So because electrons hold negative charge, we will add 5 electrons at the MnO4 minus side to make it to +2 in the end. So now the charge is balanced. The very last part is to combine both half equations together. So in this case, we have to first balance the electrons by multiplying them. There's 5 electrons here. So in the other half equation, you have to make it to 5 electrons as well. To do that, simply multiply it by 5. And so this is the equation you will get. Then you just have to add the reactants to one side and then add the products to the other side. And lastly, cancel out the electrons. And that's all. Hopefully that helps. Bye!